Hello, today my name is Joseph Shellman. Be presenting my leadership survey. These are my responses, the responses of the peoples I surveyed and their beliefs on leadership. My questionnaire background begins with I just took a different approach than my peers when surveying. I wanted to know within the same infrastructure or company how different is the idea of ideal leadership between the different levels of management and leadership. And the reason why I did this is because I was curious to understand or find out from a real life situation within the same organization, is it possible for multiple people to have different opinions or ideas of what leadership is, but still come out with the common goal of being productive and following suit to accomplish one mission. Within my standard survey was the standard four questions I have. What is a leader? Who is the best leader you know? What makes that person a great leader? And what are the traits and strengths of a great leader? For my location, I went to a summer job of mine this past summer, which is called Mason Christian Village. There are 5 levels of management within this organization where I worked this past summer. I thought this would be perfect to make the point of ideal leadership differential within one organization, but still able to be effective in the organization's goal and purpose. First up is Jeff Wade. He's the ground supervisor, is also where I worked. I work grounds. He is 29, single, and he's been working there for 11 years, so he's pretty invested into the company. He says, when I asked him what is his idea of leadership, he said leadership is ensuring success of those that follow and believe in you. Who is the best leader you know? The best leader, he said my mother would have to be the best leader I know, because when I was younger, she was the only thing I knew, and that was very strong to me. Most people do say things based on their childhood. I was learning through the survey. Um, what makes a great leader? He said a great leader would be someone willing to sacrifice for the success of others, putting others before them, basically. And the last thing is, what are the traits and strengths of a great leader? Traits of a leader should have traits a leader should have: will, strength, passion, and desire. Next up is the facility manager, Charles Flanagan. What is a leader? Leadership, or what is leadership, should I say? Leadership is taking on all the negative and making sure the output of others, of you and others, is a positive. The best leader that I know of would have to be Ronald Reagan. What makes a great leader? A good leader is good with people, exceeds in communication, and cares about the well being of others first. Once again, putting others first. Good traits of a leader will always start with communication and end with compassion, is what he said when I said, what are the traits and strengths of a great leader? Next, head of operations is Brian Gidney. When asked what is leadership, leadership is brilliance, natural brilliance, the talent of managing others in a way they that when they want the same outcome as you. Walt Disney is probably the best leader I learned about. A great leader has been through downs and learned how to build himself up and others when in the same situation. A great leader has natural brilliance, the ability to persevere, and also great sense of reality. I like I like the fact that he said a great sense of reality. A leader can actually, not push off to the side what what actually is happening. Instead, just embrace it and change it for the better for those around him. Chief Operations Officer is Bob Weisel or Weasel. He was unavailable for a picture. I couldn't obtain a picture for him. Leadership is turning failure into success and being able to coach in the moment to help develop others. He was big, real big on coach in the moment. That was like maybe a thing that he tried to embrace within the company that he started. So he was real big. He said a lot about coaching in the moment. The best leader I know is my father. My childhood could have been so rough, but because of his ability to turn bad into possible things, turned out better for me and my siblings. What makes a great leader? I asked him. A great leader has not always had it good, but has found a way to accomplish good and capture the blueprint of bringing success to others. What are the traits and strengths of a great leader? A great leader is strong, dominant in his struggles, and unable to be discouraged in controversy. Next up, Chief Executive Officer, also known as CEO, Larry Monroe. Leadership is is a president, a certain level of character that others may not be able to obtain but can benefit from being around it. The best leader I know will have to be Martin Luther King Jr. And I say MLK because of his ability to stick to his purpose through the negativity just to ensure the success and happiness of others. A great leader has probably been through things that most people could not make it out of or from. The inner strength is so uncommonly strong that it influences others in a very dynamic way. I like that a lot. It's almost like he was saying it's a supernatural strength. Obviously not supernatural, but that's how uncommon it is. So that's how strong it is, and that's how determined that person is, that it can't just be taught, or it just can't be thrusted upon somebody. Somebody has to willingly have the drive and almost like a natural instinct to be a leader. What are traits and strengths of a great leader? The makings of a great leader entails heart, devotion, and great purpose. Concluding, the lower line of authority, the more expectance out of leadership is what I learned. The lower down the totem pole as far as authority, the more the people expect out of leadership. Is a thing I gained. Next, I noticed that the traits that people feel leaders should have are those that they answer. The question is, who is the best leader they know have? When people spoke about their parents or some heroic person in their childhood, it was also the same traits that they said a great leader should have. So they use that person as a precedent to what they feel leadership should be. A lot of feeling on leadership from people is based on people's past experience. Like I said before, a lot of people gain their ideal of what leadership should be based on past experiences. Even though you see 5 different levels of leadership here, you see that there is not much differential in their opinions on what it is. Everybody feels leadership should have some bit of ownership, selflessness, being productive and positive when facing hardships, and something that comes almost off as a natural ability, something that can't be taught. Thank you. This is Joseph Shellman. I'm concluding with my survey.